And once again.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances of Literature Prabhupada. Welcome devotees to our evening Bhagavad Gita class by Srila Prabhupada. Called Srila Prabhupada says, we will continue with Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 36. And Srila Prabhupada is giving this class in London on July 26, 1973. Without further delay, we'll start right into the class. Hari Hari Bol.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Papam eva ashrayet asman hatva etan atatayana tasmat narha vayam hantum dartarashtran swabandhavan swajanam hi katam hatva sukinaha syama madhava papameva shrayedasman advaitana tatayana tasmanarha vayam hantum dartarashtran swabandhavan swajanam hi katam hatva sukinakshyama madhava Papam, vices, eva, certainly, ashrayet, must take upon, asman, us, hatva, by killing, etan, all these, atatayana, aggressors, tasmat, therefore, na, never, arha, deserving, vayam, us, hantum, to kill, Dhartarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra, Swabandhavan, along with friends, Swajanam, kinsmen, he, certainly, Katam, how, Hatva, by killing, Sukinaha, happy, Syama, become, Madhava, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune. Translation: sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen?
So, papameva. Papam means sinful activity. And punnam is pious. So, people should consider in every activity whether it is papam or punnam, whether it is virtuous or sinful activity. But the asuras, they do not know. Pravittincha nimittincha navidu rasurajana. Those who are asuras, they do not care what is sinful or what is bad. I like it, I must do it. This is asura. There is no reference to the authorities, whether the action which I am going to do, whether it is pious or impious. Because by impious activities I will be degraded. Adho gacchanti tamasha jaganna gunavittistha. If we become addicted to sinful activities, the result will be we shall be degraded. But they do not know. Even so-called religious priests, they support killing. Astonished. Killing is impious, sinful activity, but in the name of religion, killing is also going on. If somebody says it is my religion to cut throat, will it be accepted? Very nice thing. Sometimes, just like here is the war, this is also a religious war. But it's still discrimination or Arjuna, because he is a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava means Devata, demigod. Vishnu Bhakta Bhavet Deva Asudastad Viparja. What is the difference between Deva and Asura? Who is called a Devata and who is called a Asura? There are two kinds of men. One class is called Deva, Devata. The other class is called Asura, Devasura. So there is always fight between Deva and Asura. Now, at the present moment, the number of asuras have increased. Formerly, the number of devatas were greater. So, Arjuna is devata because he is Vishnu Bhakta. Though bhutasaggo loke daiva asureva. There are two classes of men within this creation. Vishnu Bhakta Bhavet Daiva. Those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu, they are called Devata. Just like the demigods like Indra, Chandra, Surya, and many others. And there are 33 crores of devatas in the higher planetary system. They are all Vishnu Bhakta. They will abide by the orders of Vishnu and Vaishnava. Just like Indra is devata. There was fight between Hiranyakashipu and the Indra's party. So when Hiranyakashipu was defeated, naturally, afterward, if the other party is defeated, the victorious party makes so many aggression, especially aggression on women, that is still current. Innocent women, they are very much harassed after the war by the victorious party. You know, the soldiers have given freedom to rape the woman and plunder the property, so many things they have. So, when Hiranyakashipu was defeated, all the devotas, they did not make such aggression, but the wife of Hiranyakashipu, Kayadu, I think, she was arrested by Indra and was taken. She was crying, just usual woman, but she was being dragged by Indra. So Narad was passing, Narad said, "What are you doing this?" No, there is no question of harassing this woman, but I am taking her in my custody because she is pregnant. And the child is begotten by Asura, Hiranyakashipu. Therefore, I shall wait for the birth of the child, and as soon as she gives birth, I will kill that child. Yeah. So Narad said, no, that child is not Asura child. He is coming, a great devotee, Mahabhagavat of Krishna. Because Narada knew that when, before, after all he knew, but before also he knew, because they are saintly person, they can understand that here is a child is coming, will be a great devotee of Krishna. So Mahabhagavat. So don't try that. You don't take her to your custody. Better give her in my custody. I shall take care. So immediately he abided by the order of Narada. Immediately. He released. And not only released, circumambulated the woman. So here is a Mahabhagavat in the womb of this woman. So let us offer our obeisances. This is Vaishnava. As soon as understood that there is a Vaishnava, Mahabhagavata, in the womb of this woman, he is to be respected, offer obeisances. This is called Vaishnava. But the Asura would not do that. Asura would not do that. That is the difference between Devata and Asura. In the Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter you will find the description of the Asuras. Pravrittincha nivittincha navidu asurajana. Pravritti means what sort of activities we shall do and what sort of activities we shall not do. The Asuras, they do not know. The Asuras, they do not know. Anything you do for my sense gratification, I must do everything. Therefore they become entangled. So long they are strong in this life, they do not take care of anyone. Shastra, sadhu or guru, they do not care for anything. So that means by the Asuric civilization, the living entities become entangled because he may not care for any action, the Asura, but the nature is there. Prakite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimuratma kartaham iti mannate. Rascals, they are thinking that they are free to act anything he likes. That is not possible. So long we are in this material world, we are conditioned. Prakite kriyamanani gunai karmani. As we are associating with the particular quality of this material nature, there are three varieties of quality: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So we have to associate with either of these qualities, unless we are Krishna conscious. Unless one is engaged in devotional service, he must be influenced by these three kinds of qualities. Goodness, somebody may be very good man, according to the estimation of the, just like Arjuna, he is talking in the modes of goodness, considering, although they are atataina. Papameva vasray dasman hatta itan atataina. Atataina means aggression. According to law, if somebody comes to attack you, or if somebody comes to kidnap your wife, these are atataina. Or somebody comes to set fire in your house, especially they are called aggressors. So these aggressors are to be immediately killed. There is no question of non-violence. You must kill immediately. There is no sin, atataina. But here, although the other party is atataina, aggressor, still Arjuna is considering whether they should be killed or not. That is the difference between devata. In every action, they are calculating, but he is considering that this kind of aggression, because they are my kinsmen, they are my family man, whether this kind of aggressor should be killed or not. It is common sense. Suppose your son has done something mischievous. The same thing. Same thing means to attack the father. Still the father will consider whether I shall kill my son or not. That is natural. If my son sets fire in the house, whether I shall kill him or not. The Arjuna position is like that. Although they are atataina, aggression, still, because they belong to the same family, whether I shall kill. He is considering papameva vasray. If I kill this kind of aggression, I will be attacked with sinful activities. I have to suffer the result of sinful activities. And he is explaining why papameva asrayat asman, because these are bandhavan, sabandhavan, dhastarashtra. The Dhaturashtra means the son of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana and others. So sabandhavan, they are our family members, bandhavan. Sajanang hi kathang hatva sukhina shyama madhava. Madhava, my dear Madhava, you are the husband of the goddess of fortune. So you are always very happy. Do you think I shall become happy by killing my own man? Do you think like that? Because friend and friend talking. So this is the position. Just see, they were atataina, aggressor. There is no doubt about it, because these Dhaturashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra, they insulted Draupadi, Arjuna's wife. There was betting. The wife was the betting. So they were defeated in the chess play, and the wife was taken by the other party. So Karna took the opportunity, because during Draupadi's Swayamvar, Karnas was insulted by Draupadi. The piercing of the eyes of the fish, Karna was greater, what is called, arrowman. So when Karna came to touch the arrow for piercing the eyes of the fish, Draupadi objected. Because she wanted Arjuna to become her husband, but she knew that if Karna comes to this combat, he will be victorious. Then I will have to go to Karna. So, she is also very intelligent, daughter of Kshatriya king. So Karna, nobody knew that he is Kshatriya. He was supposed to be son of a carpenter. Karna was born before Kunti's marriage. Therefore, Karna remained hidden, whose son. But he was Kshatriya. It was unknown. So Draupadi took this opportunity that this competition is meant for the Kshatriyas, not for the non-Kshatriyas. Because he was supposed to be son of a carpenter, Shudra. So he was not given the opportunity to gain Draupadi. But if he was given the opportunity, he would have come out victorious. So now Karna took this opportunity. When Draupadi was lost in the game, she immediately, Karna was Duryodhana's friend, he immediately advised, now she is our property, we can do whatever we like. Arjuna has lost his wife. So he advised that make her naked in this assembly. To become naked in so many people, that is a great insult for a woman. So actually, they tried to insult, not tried, it was fact. But Krishna said, Draupadi is Vastraharan. She was tried to become naked, but these people could not make her naked. The sari was supplied by Krishna, one after another, heaps of sari. Then they become fed up and gave up that business. That she cannot be made naked. So, they are actually Atataina, because Atataina means one who comes to kidnap your wife, insults your wife. You should immediately kill. Just like Lord Ramchandra. You are so pious king. But when it so happened that his wife, Sita, was insulted, Sita was taken away by Ravana. Lord Ramchandra could marry hundreds and thousands of Sitas. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He could create Sita, Radharani, Lakshmi. They are the pleasure potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot have a material wife or material companion. Krishna's Radharani or Lord Ramchandra's Sita Devi, Narayan's Lakshmi Devi, they are pleasure potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikiti Alladini Shakti Rasma. Alladini Shakti. Krishna, God, has got many potencies. One of the potencies is called Alladini Shakti, pleasure potency. So Krishna's concert, Lord Ramchandra's concert, they are pleasure potency exhibited. So to show the example, Lord Ramchandra, because Sita was kidnapped, Sita was insulted, or Ramchandra was insulted, the retaliation was Lord Ramchandra killed not only Ravan, but the whole dynasty, finished. Only for one man, woman. He could create so many. No, because at the time, aggressed over, just to teach people that anyone, if he is aggressor, he must be killed. This is the position. But Arjuna is considering whether it will be pious or impious. This is devata. In every action, they will consider what I am going to do, whether it is pious or impious. That is devata. If it is pious, then it will elevate me. And if it is impious, then it will degrade me. Nobody wants degradation. The human life should be especially meant for elevation, not for degradation. We have come to this human form of life from the lower status of life. Jalajanavalakkhani sthavara lakha vinsati krimayo rudra sankhaga. Through so many status of life, the aquatics, the trees, the plants, the insects, the reptiles, the birds, the beasts, Hindus say, bahunam janmanamante, bahunam sambhavante. This human form of life is gotten, we have received, after many, many births. These people, they do not know. It is very rare. Therefore Narottam Das Thakur says, Manusya janama paiya Radha Krishna na bhajiya Janiya suniya bisha khain Hari Hari bifale janama goin. He lamented, my dear Krishna, I am so unfortunate. I got this human form of life. It was meant for developing Krishna consciousness, but I have wasted my time otherwise. So, how it is so? Janiya suniya bisha khain. Knowingly I have taken poison. Knowing. Labdha sudurlamamidam bahusambhavante manusam arthadam. These people, they do not know. Because they are asuras, they do not know what to do in this human form of life and what not to do. They are killing animals without any hesitation. They do not know, these rascals, and still they are spiritual leaders. How horrible condition is this in this Kali Yuga. Just imagine. Without any restriction, without any hindrance, they are committing sinful life. They do not know next life, all this boastfulness, pride will be finished. He will have to accept another body, which will be offered by the material nature. You cannot say that I will not accept this body, I want this body. No, nature is not under your dictation. You have to abide by the dictation of nature. Prakriti kriyamanani, this verse of Bhagavad Gita is very important. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimuratma karta hammiti mannate. Ahankara, by false ego, the asuras, they think I am independent. I can do whatever I like. No, you cannot do so. If you do so, then you will be punished. Daivichisa gunamai mama maya durattaya mameja prapaddanti mayami tantara. For every little action you are responsible. It is being noted by the material nature. And you will be forced to accept a kind of body for suffering. There are so many types of body. Therefore, Arjuna being Devata, he is considering that although they are Atatayana, at the same time they are family men, whether it is good to kill family. He is asking Krishna. Krishna is there and he is considering, he is consulting with Krishna, that do you think that killing this kind of aggressor I'll be benefited or not? Therefore in the last line he says, Sajanang hi kathang hatya sukhina shyama madhava. My dear Krishna, do you think by killing my family man, my relatives, shall I be happy? You are Madhava. You are always happy because your husband a good goddess of fortune. But do you think I shall be happy in this way? This is consultation. So, this is the proof of Arjuna's character. A devotee's character. A devotee is always devata, demigod. So one who is devotee, one who is Krishna conscious, sarvai gunai tatra samasate sura. Sura means devata. All the good qualities of devata. A devotee of Krishna will never accept that killing is very good. No. For the satisfaction of my tongue, I shall kill so many animals. A devotee will never accept. Ahimsa, ahimsa. That is the third quality. Amanittam, adammittam, ahimsa, khanti, arjavam. These are everything is there in the Bhagavad. Amanittam. Amanittam means to accept this body as I am. This is amanittam. Not to accept. That is amanittam. Everyone is proud that I am Indian, I am American, I am Englishman. They are boastful, very proud of this body. So knowledge means I am not this body. I am not this body. That is amanittam. Adambittam. As soon as we become aware that I am not this body, then my false pride immediately goes. Amanittam, adambittam, ahimsa. Then ahimsa, non-violence. Arjavam, simplicity. There are 18 qualifications of the demigods. So one who becomes a devotee of Krishna, Krishna conscious, all these good qualities develop. So here is the proof that Arjuna, because a devotee of Krishna, he is considering whether I shall kill them or not. Ahimsa. It is consideration, not that, it is final settlement. So, people are trying to elevate the status of the society by so many things. But they do not know the secret. The secret is that if one is trained only to become a devotee of Krishna, all good qualities automatically will be visible in his person. There is no need of separate endeavor. How to make a man honest, how to make a man religious, how to make a man high-thinking, simple living. These are good ones. Samodamo titikha arjava, jnanam vijnanam astikam. All these qualities immediately develops because a living entity, spirit, soul, he is part and parcel of Krishna. Mamaivangsha, jiva. Krishna says all this. Aham bija pradapita. They have come to this material world. I am the seed-giving father. They wanted to enjoy. So I have given them chance. But actually I am the father. The material nature is the mother. Just like we have got experience. the father injects the living entity in the womb of the mother, and the mother, by her blood, develops the body of the child. Similarly, all these living entities, 8,400,000 species, the Bijaham Sarvabhutanam, the father is Krishna. He has given the seed in the womb of this material nature. And the material nature has given the body. Somebody has got the body of fish, somebody has got the body of tree, plant, somebody has got insect, reptile, somebody bird, somebody beast, somebody human being, somebody demigod. But all these materials have been supplied by the mother. It is very easy to understand. Just like the child grows, the mother supplies the bodily ingredients. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore, this is very scientific. When he took sannyas and the mother came, Advaita Prabhu arranged to see for the last time her son, because a sannyasi is no more coming home. So at that time, mother became overwhelmed. Such beautiful body, he has nice hair, now it is same. So she became very much overwhelmed and was crying. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately fell down on a lotus feet, and he said, "My dear mother, this body is yours. My dear mother, this body is yours. This body should have been engaged for your service, but somewhere or other, I mistake. I have taken this sannyasi. Kindly excuse me." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that this body belongs to you. This is your body. Every son should think like that. This is Vedic culture. Actually, the body supplies mother from the very beginning. After sex, these are all described in Bhagavad. The true secretion becomes emulsified, and a body is formed just like a pea and gradually develops. The ingredient, the energy is supplied by mother. So the same thing, the whole creation, the body is supplied by material nature. Mother. Therefore she is called Mother. Material nature is called Mother. Mother Durga. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. The material nature, another name is Durga. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. Chaiva Jassa Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga. Ichhanurugomapi Jassa Cha Chestate Sa Govindamadi Purusam Tamam Bhajami. This is description of Durga. So Krishna also says, we should not think like that animals or trees or birds and beasts, they are other than ourselves. They are our brothers. Because the seed-giving father is Krishna and the mother is material nature. So we have got the same father and same mother. So if we have got the same father and mother, they are all our brothers. So unless one is advanced in spiritual consciousness, how he can think of universal brotherhood? This is nonsense. There is no possibility. The so-called universal brotherhood is possible when he is Krishna conscious. When one knows that Krishna is the common father of everyone. The father will not tolerate. Suppose father has got 10 sons, out of them 1 or 2 sons are useless. So those who are very capable sons, if they say to the father, "My dear father, these true sons of yours, they're useless. So let us cut their throat and eat. The father will say, yes, you do that. No, father will never say. The father will say, let them be useless, but let them live at my cost. Why you have no right to infringe on their rights. This is common sense. But these rascals, they think that animals are to be killed for the satisfaction of the tongue of the human being. No sense. No sense. And still they are passing on as religious hate. Such type of cheating religion is completely kicked out from this Bhagavad religion. Dharma projita koitava atra paramanirmasananang vastava bostu vedamatra. It is meant for this Bhagavad Dharma, Krishna consciousness movement, is meant for the Parama Nirmasara, those who are not envious. How they can be envious? Paramahansa, one who has understood what is this creation, who is the creator, what are these living entities, one who has got this knowledge, he is called Paramahansa. So, how a Paramahansa can be envious of others? Therefore it is said, Parama Nirmasarana. Masrata means envious. So without becoming Vaishnava, without becoming a devotee of Krishna, you do not think that anyone is a human being. He is simply an animal. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
It is really powerful how Srila Prabhupada's classes, I was just, right before Srila Prabhupada ended the class, I was having a realization that I think Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita classes are more intense than his Bhagavatam classes. I don't know, it's pretty heavy duty and really, really, really deep. So I was like, whoa, really amazed. So would like to ask devotees, have any takeaways, any questions or clarification or comment, please do share your thoughts, do share your takeaways. I have one that I would like to share, and I made a note of it because I really had to think about it because it was pretty deep, actually. Srila Prabhupada said, unless one is engaged in devotional service, he must be influenced by the three kinds of qualities: goodness, passion, or ignorance. So it made me really think, like I started thinking, I do know, yes, if we're not engaged, definitely we are overtaken by passion of ignorance. But Srila Prabhupada also included goodness. So he says that unless we are not engaged in devotional service, then these three modes are going to be influenced, like we will be influenced by the three modes, including the mode of goodness. So when I started listening, when I had to meditate on this for a while, I said, wow, so we have to actually not only transcend passion and ignorance, but also goodness to come to the level of transcendence, which is to engage in devotional service. So I was thinking this is pretty powerful. So that's one thing that was one of my takeaways from Prabhupada's class, was, how important devotional service is to help us rise from the three modes, to get to the mode of transcendence. So anyone else would like to share something, would like to share a takeaway, would like to share some thoughts, please, you can either unmute yourself. 136, yes, it's Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 36.
Hare Krishna. Except on the basis of God, Srila Prabhupada. Yes, a lot of things. Srila Prabhupada says, Papam Punyam, so how we started. Sinful activities, and that's Papam, and Punyam, virtuous activities or pious activities. And immediately just got into, well, further down, he said that in the name of religion, people are cutting throats for animals. Then he explained Vaishnava means demigod. There's two kinds of people. One is Devata, the other one is Asura. and that presently the number of asuras has increased. Formerly, the Parsmen were greater in number. We talked about the number of demigods in the higher planetary systems, 33 crores, which crore is 10 million, so 330 million demigods. Again, good to have that confirmed. There's been some debate about that, but anyway. Then he went to a situation with Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. Not Prahlad directly, but
Mother.
the Hiranyakashipu wife, Kayadu, was dragged by Indra. He was gonna, Indra knew that she was pregnant and he was gonna kill the child after the child was born, because Indra was assuming that the child would be just as much of an asura as the father was. But Narada Muni intervened and said, no, this person is Mahabhagavats in the womb of Kayadu. And when Indra heard that, he is Deva, virtuous activity, he circumambulated the same woman that he was dragging. He circumambulated her and offered obeisance because of the Mahabhagavata Prahlad in the womb of Kayadu. So we learn from these things. When we have anyone that we know is a devotee, we need to offer obeisances is the etiquette. That's the one who's senior to you, one's at your level, one's a beginner, and how you respect them. That's not talked about in here, but definitely there's ways to offer obeisances in different situations. So this is wonderful, and this is some of what I've
Powerful.
written.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for this amazing feedback. And thank you for actually bringing the point up where Lord Indra actually circumambulated Kayadu after he was told by Narada Muni that she was carrying Mahabhagavad. That shows how powerful and worshipable. I think we were discussing this even in this morning's class. You know, for a woman who's gone through so much sacrifice in their lives, and just by carrying a soul, and Kayadu, carrying the mother of Prahlad, she is worshipable because she was carrying Mahabhagavat within her womb. So it's really great. Thank you for bringing that up. I was very appreciating that. Anyone else would like to share any thoughts, any reflections, any takeaways from this really powerful class by Srila Prabhupada? And just a humble reminder that oh yes, go ahead, Shaurabh. I'm happy. Go ahead, jump right in. You are on mute for some reason. Can't hear you. Can anyone else hear him? This is just me.
I can.
Okay, it's gonna. Perfect. Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah. Dandavat Pranam, firstly. So I like the point when Prabhupada says that we don't need to train people for good qualities. If you just get them to be a devotee, or even if they start in the process, they will develop the good qualities soon. Yeah. And we can see always like that, like, when the new devotee comes in, the person he was before being a devotee, and then starting his journey, just in a matter of time, like maximum like around a year or 2 years, in that time we see that there is a difference in the mindset. At least he might not have given up all the bad habits, but he's at least looking forward to getting out of them.
Very important point, Shaurabh. Yes, absolutely. That's yes, definitely. And another point that caught my attention was when Srila Prabhupada says that there are 18 qualifications in a demigod, and then he says that when a devotee engages in devotional service, they will develop those qualities. I was like, whoa, that's pretty powerful, you know? So yeah, absolutely. Like once we engage ourselves in devotional service and Krishna consciousness, the more we engage ourselves, then then it goes back to the point of Cheto Darpana Marjanam, you know, the more we engage in service, the more we engage with the devotees, then we start cleaning our hearts and then the good qualities just comes up. Yeah, very nice point.
And then he was talking about this, like if you're not if I'm not engaged in bhakti, I'm influenced by mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So the reason for it's not good to be influenced in the mode of goodness as well is like, you never know when you will get influenced by the nature into, you might go into mode of passion and ignorance at any point of time. Like it's just not in your control all the time, because you are in the control of nature. Again, that's the point in the class itself. So you are in the control of the nature, your surrounding, your friends, families you're living with, whoever. There are people who might influence you, and you might go into mode of passion, like do something crazy.
That's a very good point, Shaurabh. Absolutely, because we can just be comfortable in that on that platform, then we can just slowly get pulled back. Yeah, very good point. Thank you. Yes, and that's what I really liked about that point by Srila Prabhupada, that like is I've heard it before, but many times, but again, just hearing it again was like, wow, pretty powerful. And of course, whenever we hear something from Srila Prabhupada, it's like a knock on the head, so that was a good point. Yeah, thank you so much. Very nice realization.
Like if the person is in mode of goodness and someone says, or even if he goes to a doctor and the doctor says you will have to eat the non-veg for something, like they will get into it. But if you're a devotee, if I'm a devotee, I won't do that, like that kind of stuff.
Yep, very good point. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Maya's pretty strong out there. Absolutely. Prick, yes, go ahead, my husband, go ahead.
That statement that was made by Srila reminds me of a situation that Srila Prabhupada was not feeling well, couldn't had to see a doctor, and the doctor said two things. He says, you pray too much. You have to cut down on your prayers. That was first advice. Second advice, you need to get more energy by exercising, walking. And this is a Papa disciple that said, Papa immediately threw out this whole point of having to pray less. So that you don't tell, just like Sharab was saying, whatever diet the doctor gives, if it has some things that we don't eat, that the devotee won't eat it. But what happened from that is a morning walk. The morning walk started by Srila Prabhupada from that doctor's advice. But the doctor does not have any right to tell a Mahabharata what to do about spiritual life. So that part about prayer, Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada threw that out. There were other things too that were takeaways. So much Krishna consciousness says it's meant, Srila Prabhupada said, it's meant for those who are not envious. Very important to understand that. Because sometimes we look at other people's properties and we don't have what they have. And Srila Prabhupada said that when it comes to properties, look at everybody's property like it's garbage on the street. Don't get attached to it. Don't get attached to it. So that's also very important, that we need to develop that mentality so that we don't become envious in any situation. Any situation. And then he ended it, said, without becoming a Vaishnava, do you think that is a person? No, he's at the animal level. In fact, he says he's an animal. We need also, speaking about the animal levels, this is one other point that Srila Prabhupada made, not in this lecture, but he has said, we should really be able to come up to eventually to chant 16 rounds of japa. Very important, because remember, Vaishnava is supposed to chant 64 rounds every day. So 16 is actually a break that Srila Prabhupada has given us. So when you start out new, that's understandable, but you build slowly and steadily, like one more round every month until you get to 16 rounds, because it does make a difference in your life. But for chanting at all, yes, your life will improve. Your spiritual life will improve. Your qualities will come. Just like, Srila Prabhupada explained, the good qualities will come. But you also have to be determined that at some point I will get to 16 rounds. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. Yeah, it's definitely a process, to slowly build up. As a process, it's like we talked about in one of our last classes in the evenings with the guys. It's a step-by-step, baby step process. It has to happen organically. It takes time. And as long as we are working and we're going slowly, slowly, that's the goal of life. So yes, thank you for reminding us about that. Any other comments from devotees? Any questions? Any, last minute takeaways? And if there isn't, we just want to remind everyone to please join us tomorrow for Gita Jayanti at 1:00 at the temple, where we will be chanting 3 hours of the Bhagavad Gita English recitation. So please do join us. Until then, we thank you all for joining us. Vanchakraptabhyascha kripasundabheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Have a wonderful evening. Hari Hari Bol.